Now let's understand what are the pressures that can act on the connective tissue that runs in the middle of our abdominis and what can really cause it to stretch beyond a point. Now as we can see here, we have got the connective tissue right in front, we have got the diaphragm and we have got the pelvic floor. We have got the muscles such as multifidus at the back of our spine which really help to keep this abdominal cavity in check. And under normal condition, the pressure that is there inside is much like that of a can. Now imagine the can that is filled with liquid and has proper even pressure. You really can't bend or break it. But if there is nothing inside and the can is weak from inside, it's easily crushable. So the pressure inside this container is known as IAP, intra-abdominal pressure. That is the pressure that is inside our abdomen. And that is a good thing in a limited amount because that helps us to keep the core stable. But if it goes beyond the point wherein the pressure is too much for this connective tissue to handle, it might cause a little wear and tear to it. So let's look at what causes this wear and tear. And the most known reason for this is pregnancy. So imagine a tiny little baby inside you, the one which keeps growing and the one which requires a lot of space as it keeps growing. So what would happen to the muscles and to the connective tissue? They have to make room for the growing baby. And interestingly, the same thing happens when instead of a baby, we have the intra-abdominal fat. Now there are two types of fat, do remember that. If this is a muscle, okay, and this is a skin, if we have fat just under the skin, it is called subcutaneous fat, which usually is less harmful than the visceral fat. That is the fat between our organs, because that really creates a lot of ruckus inside. Intra-abdominal fat is not only toxic to the organs and to the tissues inside the abdominal cavity, it can also overextend our bellies, which can result in DR. So the other way we increase the intra-abdominal pressure is through our posture. Now imagine if this is a container and we really reduce the size of it or we really contract it. What would happen? The pressure inside would increase. And that is what happens when we are sitting in a slouched posture. We are increasing the intra-abdominal pressure. Not only that, we have the tightening of muscles, which can be either overactive or underactive. Now imagine a balloon and our muscles are like our hands holding the balloon. Now if we squeeze or if we really contract our muscles, that is our muscles get tight, the intra-abdominal pressure will increase. So what do we mean that the tightness of muscle can be formed both by overactive and underactive muscles? Let me explain it. Now imagine this is a bicep and I keep going about by performing the bicep curl, which would really strengthen my bicep muscle without focusing much on my tricep. So over a period of time, the bicep would become much stronger than the tricep. So the tension of my muscles is more and it is pulling in one direction. That is what happens when we do a lot of crunches or sit-ups and we really get those muscles overactivated, and that can pull those fibrous tissues apart. Not only that, now imagine my elbow always rests like this and I'm not giving any movement to this muscle. Now though I'm not overworking this muscle, but I'm always in this position without stretching it out, this muscle will lose its tone and it will become tight. So though this muscle is not strong enough, due to its weakness, it's now become tight. The same thing happens when we sit for too long and we do not move around. The muscles tend to get tightened up and that again pulls the tissues in various directions, causing the wear and tear. Wearing tight clothes. The one reason why we end up getting a lot of intra-abdominal pressure is when we wear tight belts or tight undergarments or really tight clothes that compress or compact the abdominal cavity. That is not good for us in the long run and might cause DR. Apart from that, sucking your tummy in. Remember in olden days we used to say Savdhan and you had to pull your tummy in and push your chest out to stand in the Savdhan position. Now this is good if you're doing it for a short period of time, but over a period of time, men especially get into a habit of sucking their tummy in, pushing their chest out and walking around like this. This also increases the intra-abdominal pressure. And similarly, holding your breath in. So you take a deep breath and you hold your breath and you forget to breathe. So holding your breath in for a very long time can also increase intra-abdominal pressure. All these will affect the health of our fibrous tissue. The next interesting aspect which affects the fibrous tissue is the movement of the rib cage and the pelvis. Remember how we spoke about the pelvic cavity being stacked under the abdominal cavity being stacked under the thoracic cavity? Now these cavities can also move, and when they move, they create pressure. So the pressure in the abdominal cavity can be caused by irregular movement of our rib cage or irregular movement of our pelvis. So the posture that we remain in over a long period of time is very important for us. We need to make sure that we are in the correct posture. That is, our ears are stacked over our shoulders, shoulders stacked over our hips, and it's evenly spread across our legs into our feet. Because any movement or any irregularity in the posture will cause a change or shift in the intra-abdominal pressure. Now we have understood that stretching in the wrong direction for too long or too frequently is what really pulls those fibers apart. It could be because of the intra-abdominal pressure, having a baby or fat inside the abdominals. It could be because of tight muscles which are underactive or overactive, or it could be because of our improper posture. So these are the things that we should really be careful of. For example, the way you stand holding your baby, or the way you stand in a line with the hips swung forward, or the way you drive your car, or the way you sit. All of these have an impact on your DR. In a nutshell, we should be aware of what we are doing on a regular basis apart from the core activation, which is actually preventing the DR from healing or even making it worse for us.